So, welcome to the next part two of VGA creating a text editor. So, you guys, for the last visual, and we're gonna slide over a few other things there and what's going on. We did talk about the savings. That's the main issue to how you save your page and everything. Okay. Um, some other codes I have there. And we was in the process of in Mississauga doing some stuff, but let me remove it so you guys don't really get confused, right? That type of stuff, you know. Okay. Sort of like leave it right here. A lot of time when you like, when you're online and stuff, people they'll just be there like doing stuff and oh, this is the way it's done. Well, what I did my pre stuff. I set a computer and I wrote out a new shell, a simpler version of it that I feel is more easy for you to get, right? So we're on the screen and we're on the program right now. Okay, so for the people that's tuning in, this part two of building a text editor, and not only just building a text editor, but showing you how to inject stuff in the text editor. Right up this series is going to go up until you can build like a file manager and load your file back into it and everything. And thanks for the 18 people that came over and view it. I didn't even look to see if I had a comment or anything, but at least 18 interested individual really come over to really view. It's a simple programming, but let's get with, since I'm the guy, I call myself the generator king, and I just don't generate video players. I've written the code in a lot of ways to generate video players, generate audio. Okay, let's talk about generating. In generating something, or the purpose that I use the generator for, okay, this is it. Now, in a program I call the Video Builder, I think I could go over there and take a look. Cause we like to jump over to stuff and see if I even have a copyright here, but we don't know. No, we don't have a copyright here. See, I tried out a lot of stuff, but just grabbing it, cause the Video Builder is the one that has the generator code. When I'm dealing with the HTML5 generator, the code there in the HTML5 generator are basically done for generating stuff. But this is like a body of a page, and if I went and let's do something real fast and put a menu in there like that, and I can do that menu. I can generate and view that menu being there, right? Okay. But if I wanted to add to the menu without actually doing anything, just adding something to the menu and to the body, let's add the style sheet here to the body, right? And then we can view the style sheet, and this style sheet sort of works in because we are adding it into the body, right? So you can view it once it's there. And remember, we still have the page here in white. Okay, so no need to go and tinker with the codes and anything, but just said, okay, generate this new one for me, and look at it. So generated code I'm teaching you about the generated code rather than the building code right now. Building code is like a building block. A generator is like, okay, fine, it's got a body, right? And so along the line, we're gonna get to that area of the program where we add, like at the moment we had a quick generator. I did a test before we actually started to make sure everything works, so you can see it when it works. Just don't die. Here we only have, and I installed the generated button too. We only have the editor, web view, live view, and save now on the window. Okay? So, but we'll add others. So now let's jump into the code and get to it, and we can get enough time to even enhance the code. So again, it's not going to be a need for me to actually do the code. The reason why I had to strip the code, this is the reason, because the code needs to take out a few command lines that's associated to certain module in the video builder. And if these code are not linking, then the program won't work. See, my program works a way where something's linked to something, but if that's one little piece is missing, it'll stop a bunch of things from working, right? And over the years, I played with my program and dealt with it in a way that I know each and every one and everything that would probably make the script give me an error, you know? So if you write in it and you come up in certain error, you can always link me, and I said, oh, go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna teach you about generating a code. And generating a code is cool because, okay, why I'm working with generating a code, because in HTML 5 generator, dark world generator, the one that's there now, the bulk of the information is being built. Well, for a more smoother and rich application, it's best that I deal with generation, because when generated take place, we could start moving parts and pieces around on the page wherever we want it to be. Put this here, put that there, put this there, put that there. But now in the build, everything is just set build. It won't change unless you change it with a code. But in generation, I can allow you to move stuff around. Okay, you guys, let's go over to the page. I'm talking too long? All right. So, that's why it's when you take a class and the instructor tell you a few things, you have to really listen. Okay, so we covered that ground, and we're going to go back to the script up here where we are. So, all right. Okay, let's talk about something. Here, I'm using this initialization to hit stuff. But along the way, I'll show you that I could have simply, what's that, the HTML5 properties. Let's try to find that. Oh, we don't have that in the program, so that's cool. We don't have that in the program. That's not in the program. But for the means of something, I can do it. I can still do it and show you, right? Because normally, when I have the editor open up now, we have the design open up, right? That's what we're doing, right? So, just for the purpose of the tutorial, to keep everyone looking at the thing, you know, so you guys are the first time I showed you, so you know the thing is opening up and everything, and I did not hit it, so. Right, and so now I'm setting up, oh, far away from the computer. There we go. I'm setting up right now. So we can right, okay. And we can check that right now too. And you can see. So in style sheet, to hit something, you can use display the none. And if you want to insert in case, then you display a block. By displaying it in a block, then the block will definitely show you that the block was displayed. Right. So you notice now that the live did not open automatically as I had in the beginning. When you click on the stuff now, it only opens the editor. You have to call the live. Before we just had the live. Sort of covered something fell there. Yeah. Yeah. So in that category, right? So all right. So let's get to the programming and try to show you guys how to generate. And I will also show you how to build. So build and generate is the same thing, you know. But the purpose of how it's getting done and the purpose of how each things are called to the editor, that's the thing, right? In build, you just like throw it in the editor. In generator, if you have something that's connected to the file itself, it'll keep looking, the generator page will keep looking for its partner, which will probably be a body, some form of body or something that's out there on the page, to connect to the body of the HTML shell that's there. Okay. So we're gonna go up here above the stuff, right? In this space right here, and we can go up to the notepad where I already wrote out the actual code. So I'll stick around and say, okay, this is Java. This is Java generation to generate the code. So it's a function, generate the form, the bar, the text. Text is equal, right? And here you see I did the closing, right? With //rn. And we repeat the same thing down here, and repeat the same thing here, and I repeat the same thing here, and repeat the same thing here, the same thing here. Now, see, my programming and stuff is for people, this part of the program you have to understand Java to really get where I'm saying, but I'm gonna break it down for you who don't understand. You don't have to know too much about what's happening here, as long as you follow my instruction right here and write out the text in this way and insert in between it what you want to print, right? Okay, so the form and text to and the value equal to the text. Okay, you guys? And that's where we are right there. Very simple stuff. Of course, write style sheets, JavaScripts, and other stuff. So there are tricks in how to have that in the program. Okay, if you're not doing it the right way, then it won't work too. So I'm just gonna copy this over. And if you want, we can say, okay, you do the line of Java, and I'm waiting around a little bit, talking and mumbling on the stuff, so you guys can like write it down. Okay, so I think you got it, or stop the video in the space and write it down. Okay, let's copy this from my notepad. I keep a bunch of notes, especially when I write a code, a function, or something. I just make sure. Come on, computer. This is what's been going on with Microsoft Computer. Funny thing, Microsoft think I always want to save my thing in the cloud, and I shut it off. One of my main drive went down, and I know the reason why it went down, because I'm not trying to save nothing in the cloud. I'm like, well, I'm gonna pull this computer down and redo it again, my way. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So there we go, we just copy the code right here. Okay, and we'll go down here to the text area of the form, which is the editor itself, right? And point out something to you. ID text 2, right? The ID text 2, right? So this is all, this Java text is making connection to the actual text area in the form. And remember guys, in order for certain function to really function, it must be coupled together on our form, or gathered together, or grouped together on our form, whichever way you speak. I speak mixed dialect, so you know what I mean. So you are having all of them in the same form, so the function will work. And so those are the IDs I pointed out, and let's go down. Let's try to find the switch, the way I put it in, or the way I call it then. Let's switch to the way I make calls to put in that into the system. Great. Okay. So I try to make it slow. You know, we Jamaican, then when we talk, a lot of people might not get the tone in the dialect sometime. They're trying to say, what did he say? So, okay, we are looking for something here, but I stuck it someplace up here. So I could just like clear into this like computer area and look for where I sort of put it. I have to save and I have a preview and I have a generated documents. Okay, so we're here now. Unclick. So for some reason, oops, stop this. Fix yourself back for me, please. Okay. In some programs, like I look on the web and I see they're using a capital C, but I used to use capital C, and when I did the click, you know, and so really lowercase works more better for me. So, unclick, generate this form is the statement that you would, the Java statement that you will use to transfer the information into the form. So we're gonna save now. And please leave a comment if you find this helpful. Okay? After watching the video. So now we're going to generate a form. So we need to have this bad boy click up and generate a form. Right? So, well, let's go back and view the code on another level. We can do that in a notepad, right? So you guys can view the generated code, right? And I have a larger one here, and so I got to be careful what I grab out of it. That's what I'm talking about, you know. And well, we can grab a style sheet, right? Because the style sheet is calling to something. Right? I know that, so that's why when I see it, I view it, I'm like, whoa, this style sheet is calling something. But like, say for instance, a bunch of bootstrap or something. Let's kick in a bootstrap, like show you guys. Same procedure though, but I'm pointing out something why I put it in when I put it in that you may not be focusing on that. Come on, mouse. Mousy, try to do your job. Okay, so let's get back here and we're gonna try to update. And the principle that I show you here, you will have no need, if you're paying attention right now, after I show you this part. This is the key. And when I say the key, it is the key. Say if you put in a divvy, and you know, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it's best to just show you. Too much talking. Okay, so we're going to do above the head and we're going to inject this right here. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. Now, do you notice right here I have a slash? Backward slash. That's forward and a backward slash, right? Backward slash. And it's a form of commenting out that area while the program is being processing, so it's not seen as an error. Because without that being there, it will run a straight error, right? Even don't let anything generate. So remember, notice everywhere you see I'm linking to something, a backslash, I wrote the URL to the file. At the end of the file, I go with a backslash again. So you need to do that to all or any things like divs that you know carry an ID. You know, I mean, I am deep in a way. We're really deep. Here's one that I did completed already, and we're gonna go let you guys. We're gonna work from this point so you guys can get all of this in there. And I got about it, but like deep when I said doing all this really long style sheet, you gotta be careful. You gotta know what to do in the style sheet, what part of the style sheet to add the code. Take a little time, but you'll get it. You know. So right here, why I couldn't use this style sheet right here, because right here, okay, it's a good idea to give you some ups too. So now, I have a bunch of IDs all over Video Builder, right? And the fields that I'm trying to connect to, right? So you notice up here, you see this field right here is for the icon. And I actually call the icon. I call that field that's on the form. Now, I want my background to have colors, so I actually called the background color right here. Right? Okay. I'm gonna give you guys another look at something that will really intrigue you for me. Okay, let's bring up this guy right here. So let's go to like, I explain something to you guys, and one day you guys end up building something like this. The color, you know, this color, right? All right, it's the background color, right? Okay, so back to my notes. So when I was referring into that thing, right, that dialogue there for the background color, right, that's the ID. So when I change that color, when I go here, right, and I swivel through the colors and stuff like that, and let's go the other way, and I will generate like this page, right? It will process, remove the ID, and replace it with the colors for me automatically. So that's what's happening with a bunch of IDs. And if the program does not see these IDs as connected to the form while in transmission, it will cause an error. Right? So we should continue. So also, while we are on the subject, and listen carefully, right? So a student or whoever is there, you obviously are a student now because I'm teaching you something. To remember the backslash whenever you put in an anchor, tables, because they carry IDs and anchors in them, and you have to separate them with backslash right here. So generally when you see the equal sign, always put it there in front of the equal sign, right? At the end, on the inside. So it's like a thing, right? See, one is on the outside, that backslash is on the outside, you know, and this one is on the inside of the closing, right? Of the enclosing area, right? So as long as you remember to do that, you can write out any code in that form, right? And it'll insert it, right? So if you did that, it's just really gonna print it for you every time. So save this for me, please. So now we added the Bootstrap style sheet in the program. So, okay, like the way I created generated program, and I spoke briefly about how the generator embodies a lot of Bootstrap style sheets that give it the ability to use across the whole wide web anything that's Bootstrap. Any step that was made or site or anything can be sampled and put into my generator to produce a site, because all that style sheet and all the JS, a bunch of JS stuff is just entwined in the program, right? So hope you guys had learned something here on part 2. I showed you how to put stuff in there. On the next step, I will show you how to use a body and connect the body to the file, right? So the body, what I'm gonna do next time, I'm gonna make a body dialog with a text area in it, right? I'm then gonna connect it now to the actual script internally. So on the outside, when you click body, and the body comes up to you, anything you write in the body, you just press generate, and it will generate. And then, in that way, once you start generating stuff in your page, you don't have to go and re-edit your page, because you only need to change the body of the page. And that's good practice for people who's doing development templates and certain things. Thanks for viewing VGA Development on VGA.smtvs.com. My name is Van Gun Allen, and I'm the developer of the site.